Sure. Joey Magidson, Awards Radar. How are
Hey
you?
Joey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a little wet. It's a rainy New York day, so
Ah,
it
it's a
happens.
rainy London day as well, if it's any
True.
consolation.
It's really just to make you feel at home. It's all for you. Uh, since we don't have a ton of time, I'm always fascinated in these types of situations. You know, what is this kind of season like when you make the movie and you hope it's good and people then tell you it's good, but then they sort of like send you out into the world, and obviously it's worked before. There's a statue somewhere in your house that'll tell you
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
is it fun? Is it work? Does it depend on the movie?
Um, my thing is, it's it's rare as an actor. Like, there's an alchemy in filmmaking that
Totally.
you can't put a finger on. There's no definition to, and we're all clawing for. Anyone that works in the industry has a curiosity to it. So it's rare that things come together, that you have a wonderful experience making something, that you believe in the script and you love the people you work with, and then the thing sort of supersedes your expectations of what you hoped you were making. And the longer I've been in the business, the rarer I realize it is. And so
Totally.
when that happens, and I'm really proud of this film, and I adore Jessica and Tobias, our director, I want to support the hell out of it, and try and get as many people to see it as possible. And fortunately, with the goodness, and Netflix's support, that sort of happens. So it's also an interesting one to talk about because it
Oh,
has quite a few layers to it.
oh yeah. I saw it at Toronto at that premiere, and you could tell everyone was excited to be showing it to people. And to what you said, it's rare. The amount
Yeah.
of things that you get sent, the amount that you want to do of that pile is small. The amount that actually gets made is even smaller. The amount that then goes, it's just to make something like that it's almost kind of a miracle every time something turns out well.
Do you know what? I really believe it is at this point. I think it's sort of there is something miraculous about it, and particularly this film was 6 years since Jess and I were first attached to it,
Oh
and
yeah.
it in and out of various studios. It fell in and out of production. Various people showed. So the fact it did feel like a miracle when we even got to day one, and the fact that
Yeah.
it's a film that seems to have resonated with people is a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, like you guys have to be happy about it. If you didn't enjoy your time, who's gonna? How can you enjoy the movie? Like you guys got paid, had to go. You got to make pretend. Like everything about that is great. So it's you hope that that's the starting point, and then people can like it. Because if you don't like it, that's not a great starting point.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, where actors tend to be the most critical of their
That's
own
true.
work. So
Oh yeah.
it's
Like
it's exceptionally rare that there's something that you're like, that's great. It's just
totally.
that that there are moments you can find interesting. There are moments you find sort of you're sort of
Oh yeah.
not
No,
happy,
I mean,
of
how
course.
many
But
people?
this one, I don't know. Really, it was about there was something Tobias, our director, did, which I'd never experienced before, which is every week he would call all the cast and crew around, and he would talk about what we were shooting that week, and he would give a gift on day one, or sorry, in the first week, to someone on the crew or the cast who had helped him that week.
Awesome.
And then each week, that person would then hand a different gift, like a box of chocolates or something, to
Yeah.
someone else. And it was a way of making sure that all of us were telling the same story,
Yeah.
and that all of us were engaged in that process. And that was such a simple thing, but again, it made for, despite the intensity of the subject matter, a really interesting process.
For sure. And the work speaks for itself. I know we have to wrap, but it is funny that you said you guys are the most critical people. I'm sure how many people said you're great today. If I went up and went, I didn't really care for it, I'd be the one you were thinking about. You're like, why?
Well, I mean,
Why?
no, because there are definitely things in there I'm not happy with. So it's all good.
Ah, it worked out great for you. You should be very proud. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. And I look forward to seeing it continue to be out in the world.
Okay, bye bye.